8 games into the season, and we are still undefeated. And frankly, that's not for lack of trying, to be honest with you. We've had a couple close calls, but we're doing really, really well. I'm hoping this fast start is a sign of things to come. Today, we are playing Zenit in the Champions League, and it's quite possible our winning streak could come to an end there. My name's FM19, and this is the Palce March, episode 32. Well, we're going to play Zenit, and I did play Zenit, yet somehow, in the course of events, after recording the intro, my wife came down and asked me to drive her to the store, and I did. I came back, and I started recording the Zenit game using my hotkey, and when I looked up and opened up OBS, realized that I'd never activated the FM window. I had recorded it with the screen splash. YouTube amateur at work. I don't know what's more embarrassing, the fact that I did that or the fact that I'm admitting I did that. And to be fair, you didn't miss a great game, to be honest with you. There was literally one highlight in the first half and 2 highlights in the second half, one of which was the Borja Mayoral goal that gave us the 1-0 victory. I'm going to show you that right now because this thing was gorgeous. Okay. So Zubia gets the ball, and he's dispossessed. Santiago takes it, lofts the ball to Han, who chests it down, crosses to Mayoral, and on the volley, freaking cannon shot off of Horn's hand into the upper corner of the goal. Holy cow, I literally about jumped out of my chair when I saw that. It was a gorgeous goal. It's definitely a goal of the year contender. The downside to that game was the recording was literally 7 minutes long, and 5 of it was me saying, oh, it's the 30-minute mark. Oh, it's the 45-minute mark. Here's the halftime stats. Second half kickoff, 60-minute mark, 75-minute mark. Let's make some substitutions. Oh, look, Borja Mayoral scores. Joe Bryan goes off injured. Game ends. So, as short as the episode was, I thought, hey, I'll do a double live com, because first place Arsenal is coming up literally 2 days from now. 3 days from now. But as it stands, you're just going to see the Arsenal live comp because, again, YouTube amateur at work. So, I'm going to forward to the Arsenal game, set the best 11, and we're going to come back with that match in a bit. And I'm looking at OBS right now, and yes, it is the Football Manager screen. I'm never going to live that down. Well, as you can see, we are currently tied with Arsenal for second place, although we do have a game in hand on Chelsea, so one of us is going to move into first place. The goal differential is the same at 12, which is cool and odd. But how did we get here after the last game? Well, we played Stoke twice. That kind of helped us. The first time was the Premier League game at home. Our defense was on point this game. It was much, much better than Stoke's offense. They really couldn't muster a lot. We had 18 shots, but just 3 on target. Our offense was active, but inaccurate. Stoke had 13 and 9. It took an Ajeti 61st minute goal for us to win. Sometimes it's what it takes. I'm not going to complain. Pbkac had a solid game. Sablik had a solid game. Neka had a great game in between the sticks. Our defense has been really solid this year, and it's one of the reasons we've remained undefeated. We literally played Stoke again 3 days later in the Carabao. This time around, they really didn't try. 9 shots, 4 on target to our 16 and 8. We both started slightly rotated sides. Joe Bryan had a really good game at defensive left back on an 8-2. But Nasser, player of the match game at an 8.7. Gubbles with the goal on a 7-3. Ajeti also got a goal. He's kind of, I've said this before, he's kind of the forgotten forward for us. But he's had some really good performances this year. After Stoke, we were away at Watford, and we won that game 2-1, thanks to an extra time goal. Thank you, FM. We got lucky. I'll be the first person to admit it. Pbkac was sent off on a second yellow card 4 minutes into the second half, and we were a man down. Barkley got Watford on board in the 61st minute. Tenali equalized 7 minutes later. I was happy with the draw. And then we've got this, I don't want to call it cheap or unearned. I mean, we worked for it, but a 91st minute goal is just, maybe it's me. It strikes me as statistically improbable. That's the 5th time I've tried saying that, by the way, that you have so many extra time goals scored in the game. I'm talking end of first period time and end of game time. I know the first season I played in the beta with Crystal Palace, we had 15 games with extra time goals. And at least half those games, the goals directly affected the outcome. They either gave the team the draw or they gave the team the win. And that's improbable. That's the only word I can use for it. It's improbable. I recapped the Zenit game. Today we're playing Arsenal. Double check. Yep, FM's still up on OBS. So, I'm going to set the best 11. It's going to be week 11. And fingers crossed, our defense will hold up. We'll be back with that in just a minute. Well, today we are playing our 4-3-3 against Arsenal. Neck in goal, Pbkac, Kamara, Justiniano, and Sablik as the defensive back 4. Tenali, Consbrook, and Linetti as the midfield 3. Ajeti, Gubbles, and Mayoral up top as the strikers. As I said, this is a really rotated side. Tenali's already like at 83%. It's self-inflicted. I thought I had better depth than I do, but we'll get ourselves through it. You know what? That box is okay like that. Consbrook. Oh, the pass is too far for Sablik to get. Well, they're more match fit than we are, but not by much. Linetti and Tenali are already hovering around 80%. Pbkac to Tenali on the throw-in. To Consbrook. Long pass up to Mayoral, who never stopped running. And he shoots it right at Leno. We're going to have to keep an eye on Sablik as well. Pbkac is out because of the red card he got. He's missing this game. Bellerin with the throw-in to Torreira. Back to Bellerin. He holds it up. Back to Torreira. To Robertone. To Gedson at the top of the box. Drives left to Zivkovic. Out to Lenglet, who's all alone on the left. He holds it up. Oh, gets by the one defender. Sablik dispossesses him. Long pass, but it goes right to Holding. Linetti knocks it down, though Mayoral's there. Back to Linetti. Over to Tenali. Long pass up to Gubbles. Oh, off the crossbar. Oh, he's had 4 or 5 goals this season hit the crossbar. Zivkovic on the corner kick. Holding's there. And they score. Was that a Aubameyang? I guess it was. It looked like Holding. Let's see here. Zivkovic. Oh, Holding headed it, and Aubameyang headed it off the Holding header. Consbrook back to Neka. Out to Pbkac, who loses the ball. Nelson's there. Aubameyang. Oh, weak shot. Neka has no problem saving that. Kamara to Linetti. Taps it to Consbrook. Out to Sablik. Alone on the right. He drives forward, crosses it in, knocked away. Justiniano. Tenali has it. Ajeti back to Tenali. To Ajeti. Back to Tenali. Oh, he tried sending it in, but couldn't get it there. Tenali back out to Sablik. Up to Linetti. Back to Tenali. To Consbrook. Out to Sablik on the right. Cross it in. He does. Ajeti. Oh, over the crossbar. And the first half ends on that. An Aubameyang goal has Arsenal ahead. And frankly, if you'd asked me before the start of the Zenit game, I would have said this game was the one where our winning streak would possibly come to an end. See if I can't get the guys to about 60 minutes here. Zivkovic gets in. Oh, nice save by Neka, knocked away by Sablik. Corner kick for Arsenal. Zivkovic knocked away, but Nelson's going to run that down. Back to Zivkovic. Back to Nelson. Pbkac intercepts it. Up to Ajeti. Long pass out to Mayoral on the right. He loses control of the ball and Holding knocks it out. That was disturbing. I totally screwed up my reserves. Okay, this is going to be fun. Kamara is going to take Sablik's space on the right. Pbkac is going to come on for Sablik. Santiago is going to come on for Linetti. Tonali's at 59%, so Benasser is going to come on for him. 15 minutes left in the game. Can we get one back? Zivkovic, corner kick in. Neca, nice save. Looks like Arsenal didn't really try it. They only had two players in the box. Got options, Neca. Justiniano, out to Pbkac, to Benasser. Long pass to Ajeti. He holds it up. Crosses it to Mayoral. Holy cow, what a strike. Leno with a really good save there. That was very similar to what happened in the game against Zenit. Benasser with a throw into Ajeti. Back to Benasser. Drives across the box. Taps it back to Pbkac. Oh, Consbrook couldn't control it. Aubameyang has the ball now. Oh, he's dispossessed by Pbkac, but Zivkovic has the ball. Neca picks that up. 5 minutes left. Pbkac out to Kamara, to Santiago. Oh, up into space. Mayoral's there. Cross it. Ajeti. Oh, jeez. Holy cow. Mayoral's shot went off the post, but went behind Leno, and Ajeti came up and tapped it in. Mayoral should have crossed it, though. Leno with a nice save. Ajeti. Well done to follow up on that. Can we hold on for the draw? God, Pbkac's at 50%. I totally screwed this up. Ramsey, top of the box. Back to Zivkovic. To Ramsey. To Zivkovic. Out to Holding. Over to Mustafi. To Gedson on the left. He drives forward to Forsberg. Back to Gedson. To Mustafi. To Ramsey at the top of the box. Out to Zivkovic. All alone on the right. He drives forward but taps it back to Diaz. Shadowed by Pbkac. Blow the whistle, ref. Torreira to Gedston. Oh, and his shot is very wide right. Oh, good grief. That was 4 minutes of extra time, right? I saw that as 96 minutes of game time. Holy cow. Oh, we got lucky there. I will be the first person to admit that. Mayoral should have passed it. We're tied for first place with Arsenal because our goal differential is still 12. Okay. And Arsenal's probably ahead of us because A comes before C. I tried to lose that game. The fact I set the bench up that way was just stupid. I think we're going to skip a few games and come back for the second Barcelona game at their house. It'll give us... Oh, we're playing West Brom twice. Bournemouth and Wolves. Should be a good run. Maybe we can stay unbeaten in the Premier League. Fingers crossed. We'll have to see what happens. Lord knows I'm sure going to do my darndest to try and lose one of these games. Well, I am going to apologize for the YouTube amateurism earlier. The plus side, you missed a pretty boring Zenit game, and you saw a really good Arsenal game that we probably deserve to lose. But we keep our non-losing streak alive. We're tied for first in the Premier League. We're second in our Champions League group. This game away at Barcelona is probably going to determine who wins. Fingers crossed, we'll turn in a credible performance. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave them down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name is FM19, and I thank you for watching.